Everybody, welcome back. We're looking at Boba Fett and Slave 1 again because the video I uploaded last night, I didn't realize till this morning that in that video my camera messed up and didn't record Slave 1 at all, so I'm just gonna quickly gloss over Boba Fett. All I'm gonna say is that he's good. I like him. If you want to see more about him and the articulation, go watch that video. But I'm going to set him off to the side since this is really all about the Slave 1. You know, it looks like Slave 1, you know, a bit cartoony because of the game style, the art style that it's made in. Now the gimmicks, you know, I'm going to start off with this missile. You know, it fires. I'd say it's pretty good. You got to be careful though. You got to make sure that this button is pushed in or else the missile will not go in. It's got lights and sounds. The button is right here for power. This one I believe is the lights that makes the ship sound like it's flying. And over here we've got sounds that I believe is the front guns. And that's the sounds. I'm gonna turn that off. It's got wheels on the bottom so it rolls. It rolls okay, I'd say. It's got an opening cockpit, which is a little weird, I'd say, because when you're putting Boba Fett in, you've got to put him in at a little bit of an angle, and I believe that is because of the cape or something like that. But once he's in nice and solid. I'm going to take him out. Now for this next feature, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a button right here. You press that, you pull this up, and you've got the carbon freezing chamber. I've already got stuff in there because that's where I'm hiding 2 of my Galaxy's Edge Kyber crystals because I've got nowhere else to put them. But anyway, the way this gimmick works is this is a rubbery material, so you can push on it and make shapes. So since it's gray and it's Slave 1, you can put a figure in, then push down, boom. You've got Boba Fett and Carbonite. I don't have anybody else, so that's all you're getting. Now I'm going to put the ship back together and compare it with my only 2 other ships. Here is the Slave 1 next to Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, so not too bad of a size. Here it is with the sneak preview Anakin's Jedi Starfighter. Yet again, not a bad size. Thirdly, we've got the Powers of the Force Slave 1, which I'd say is only slightly bigger, which is kind of funny seeing as this thing is a completely different scale. Like the Boba Fett's bigger than the Boba Fett in here, but the Slave 1 is smaller. Now on to the last size comparison for Slave 1. And lastly, here we have it with Lego Slave 1, which funny enough I think is almost the same size. It's not a bad thing, I just find it kind of funny because that's Legos. That's a 4-inch action figure. Now let's do size comparisons for Fett in case you don't feel like watching the last video. Then on to final thoughts. Okay, here's the size comparison for Boba Fett. On his left we got VC09 Boba Fett. Mine's the reissue, and on the right we've got a standard 6-inch Black Series, the Episode 1 Mandalorian. He's in between. That's why I said 4-inch action figure rather than 6-inch, because he's a really weird scale. I will say that, like, if you're collecting the Disney Infinity or Toy Box figures, whatever they're called, they're gonna have to go into their own display because they've got a weird ass size. Alright, now into my final thoughts for this set. I will say, I love it. Like, I'm a little disappointed that Boba Fett does not come with his gun. Like, that's probably the biggest downside for me, but other than that, I love it. You know, Slave 1's got plenty of features. You know, the guns move, the wings move. That's pretty much the only features I'd want to come with Slave 1, but it's got lights and sounds, so That's another bonus. You know, I love this Boba Fett design. You know, like I said in my last video on this thing, I found this thing at the Hollywood Studios Disney Park. You might be able to find it at other Disney parks or Disney stores. If you like this video, leave a like, let me know. If you didn't like it, leave a dislike. Call me a stinky poopy head. And anyway, see you next time.